That's to confirm it, yes.
And when it comes to the new executive actions today on immigration, can you just talk us through why now? Why not earlier?
So look, and I said this a little bit, and I'll say it again, which is, and we say this, our immigration system is broken. It has been for some decades. The president wants to have a comprehensive legislative fix. That's the process that we actually want to take, and that's why he did on day one. And so, look, we want to see a balanced approach. We want to see a bipartisan movement on this, but Congress has failed to act. They just have. They voted twice on a proposal legislation that Republicans and Democrats, came together on to move forward on dealing with what's happening, the challenges at the border, what's happening with immigration. Republicans rejected it. They rejected it twice. And so announcing these actions to keep families together, we're talking about American citizens and their families, to keep them together. We're talking about young people who contribute. They are contributing to the economy. They are contributing to their communities. We want to make sure we keep that talent here. And so that is why we're taking this action. We can do both. We can secure the border, as we did with announcing the executive order, and we could also protect American families, and that's what the president's going to be announcing today.
Walk us through how the administration decided the contours of this. For instance, it is 10 years, but if someone's been married you have to be in the country for at least 10 years, but if you've been in the country for just slightly less than that, they would not eventually be eligible, right?
So, yeah, that is correct. Anybody who is, and then the other added piece of this is anybody who is presenting themselves today would not be eligible as well, and it is a decade. You have to be here for at least a decade to be able to be obviously to take part of this announcement that the president is making. And here's the thing: the average person who would be eligible for this, we are predicting have been here for about 23 years. 23 years.
But what do you say to those families, who have a member who's been here for like 9 years and 11 months?
No, I hear you.
So they'll never
have
a chance?
I mean, look, the way to actually deal with this is to have a comprehensive immigration legislation, is for Congress to do their jobs and to move forward. And what we have seen is Republicans getting in the way because of what the last president said. And that is the way that we want to see this moving. I have said this many times, we wanted to move in a balanced approach. And that's how we had seen this process. That's going to be part of this announcement, obviously. But Congress, they have to fix this. In order to actually fix this broken immigration system, Congress has to act. We are going to do everything that we can to move forward in a way where we are obviously protecting American families and also dealing with the challenges at the border, trying to fix a broken immigration or deal with a broken immigration system that's been broken for decades. This is one process, one announcement that we're moving forward with. And the president is always going to look for other ways to deal with this broken immigration system. But honestly, Congress has to act. They have to act. Go ahead, Alicia.
Great. Do you have any details about the time frame and when people can actually start applying for this program?
So, don't have anything to share on the actual timeline on this. We want to make sure, again, that our border's secure. We want to make sure that we want to make sure that the immigration system is more fair, more just. Don't have anything on the timeline. I'm sure DHS may have more on that specific question that you have.
And then just following up on Selena, given the amount of time it's going to take to process the applications, given the fact that it could all be undone if there's a new administration, am I hearing the reason why the president didn't do this sooner is because he thought Congress would do it?
Well, what I'm saying is that, as you know, we worked really hard to protect DACA. We put out a comprehensive immigration system. DACA was part of that. Fixing what's happening and securing the border obviously was part of that. Fixing an immigration policy that's been broken for decades obviously was part of that. That's why it was comprehensive. The president has been focused on this since day one and worked with Republicans and Democrats in the Senate to try to figure out how do we move forward with a policy that's fair and just. And we believe it is still the way to go, is to do this through Congress, to do this in a legislative way. And so the president is always going to look, and you hear us say this often, the president's going to look for different ways to move forward on dealing with this broken system that we have. We're always going to find ways. 2 weeks ago, we made an announcement and he signed an EO on securing the border. We did that. But we've taken more actions than that before, leading up to that EO. And today we're making this announcement on protecting American families. So look, we would rather see Congress act. That's what we want to see, and do it in a comprehensive way. They should, take a look at the legislation that we put forward on day one, or go back to their bipartisan proposal that they put forward. So there are ways to do this, and the president said he will always look at different options, and this is one of them.
How do you respond to Republicans who say this particular move is just an election year stunt?
Look, I'm not here to talk about election year. That's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about the president's policy and why he's doing this, because we have a broken immigration system. The president did this on his first day when he put forth a comprehensive immigration system. For about 2 months or so, coming out of last year, going into early this year, the president worked his team, he directed his team to work with Congress on getting done a bipartisan proposal to deal with immigration, and we were able to do that. We were able to do that with Republicans and Democrats in the Senate, and Republicans rejected it. They rejected it because of what they were told by the former president. That's politics. That's putting partisan first, right? That's partisanship, that's politics, that is doing something on behalf of someone who is currently a candidate for 2024. We have been saying since day one, we want to figure out how to fix this broken system.